Hello, my name is Thomas Alva Edison. My 6 older siblings and my parents all call me Al. I was born on February 11th, 1847 in Ohio, but me and my family moved to Michigan when I was about 7. School is very hard for me because I cannot hear very well, and all I could think about was the experiments I wanted to try. My teacher thought I was a hopeless student. I am most remembered for coming up with more than 1,000 inventions that helped move the world into the modern age. I set up my first large laboratory in a city called Menlo Park. I like to call it my invention factory. It was in this invention factory that I came up with my most famous inventions, such as the phonograph, which could reproduce sounds. It was here that I also invented the first successful light bulb and the movie camera. I love to work hard, but I also love to have fun. I would often make up wacky songs while I worked. Many people think that I invented the light bulb. Actually, I didn't invent the light bulb, I perfected it. I was the first person to make a long-lasting light bulb. Even more important was my work on figuring out how to supply electricity to homes across the country. I made it possible for you to be able to flip a switch and get electricity. One of my first jobs as I was growing up was a telegraph operator. I had learned Morse code when I was much younger and had even built my own telegraph line between my house and a house of one of my friends. I learned all I could about sending messages in Morse code. By the time I was 16, I was traveling from state to state to work in different telegraph offices. I came up with a way to send in more than one message at a time. This improvement was a big deal and gave me the confidence I needed to quit my job and become a full-time inventor. I was always busy inventing, and finally some of my inventions were earning money. At age 24, I married a sweet girl who I met in one of the telegraph offices. Her name was Mary. I often neglected my wife and 3 children because I was so busy with my inventions. While many people were excited and curious about the light bulb, I wanted to make a new way to light up entire towns. It was very difficult convincing the officials of New York City to dig up streets and roads to put in electrical cables underground. I had to also convince them to build a power station that could provide electricity to light up many buildings. Finally, I got permission, and on September 4th, 1882, I got to flip a switch at the first electrical power station. More than 800 light bulbs grew in 25 different buildings. I suddenly became one of the most famous and wealthy men in the world. It was in the middle of all the success that Mary died. I was so sad about losing her that I didn't enjoy the excitement around me. Eventually, I returned to inventing. Now that I have provided electricity to entire towns, I could focus on my favorite invention, the phonograph. Once I figured out how to get the sound perfect, I began to work on a movie camera and a movie projector. I even built the first movie studio. I had so much fun with my movie camera, I made my own movie. It became fairly famous. Maybe you have heard of it. It was called The Great Train Robbery. I am proud of all my many inventions and improvements that have been made to many of them. I'm sad, though, to see how the movie industry has not followed my dream of family entertainment.